this will be my audience, my husband Chris. Thank you. In the news recently, supermodel Giselle stated that there should be a worldwide law requiring all new mothers to breastfeed for the first 6 months after giving birth. This from a woman who is worth an estimated $150 million and doesn't have to worry about daycare. It would be nice if all of us normal mothers were able to do this, as well as stay at home with our kids after giving birth. This is the dilemma that affects regular moms like me who work 9 to 5 and at being in the military sometimes longer hours, and also only has 6 weeks maternity leave after giving birth. You must decide after giving birth whether to return to work or stay home with your child. This is a question that every new mother must ask. Of course, for a supermodel, that answer is easy. But for the average American mother, we mostly struggle with this decision. Of course, one of the best advantages of being a stay-at-home mom is you know who is caring for your child and that they are being loved and nurtured on a daily basis. At daycare, you never know what you might be getting. A study in 2003 by the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development found that kids who spent all day at daycare had higher levels of stress and more aggression than kids who were cared for at home. That will make any parent think twice about putting their child in daycare. Staying at home can also lessen the parents' stress levels. It can make parents become burned out and with the long hours at work and then coming home to take care of the kids and other family chores. I know that for me personally, it can become extremely stressful having a career and working long hours and taking care of my 2-year-old twins. If you ask a stay-at-home parent why they stay at home, they will say to be there daily for their child as well as see their development and know that they are solely responsible for their care. Of course, they will also say that it is not easy. Staying at home while your spouse works can put all kinds of new stress on a relationship, as well as you are now the primary role model for your children. Of course, one of the most important factors to consider into the working mom or stay-at-home equation is money. Sad, but true. Women who work and contribute to the family's income find it to be difficult to quit their job and stay at home. A lot of families simply cannot afford it, even with the cost of rising daycare. That extra money that mom brings home is severely needed. Arlie Hochschild, author of the 1997 landmark book, The Second Shift, stated how often mothers found that they were working to pay for childcare so that they could keep working to pay for childcare. Those who choose to leave the workforce and stay at home forfeit their income, their retirement, their savings, as well as other benefits like health care. Some say that stay-at-home moms give up careers would wind up forfeiting $1 million over the years. Wow, $1 million. That's a lot of money. That decision cannot be made lightly. The website athomemothers.com advises you to sit down with your spouse and discuss about how this decision will affect your family and your life. Though money is important, so is your happiness. This decision for me was not an easy one. Having twins I knew was going to be difficult, but I had 5 years left in the military before I would retire. Now 2 years have gone by, and it hasn't been easy, but I have 3 more years left to go, and then I will be able to stay at home and spend time with my kids while they start kindergarten. Plus, we didn't think in my family that we could survive on one income. Speaking of that second income, sometimes it can be deceiving. Yes, you earn more, but chances are you spend more as well. You spend more on travel, gas, wardrobe, eating lunch, and of course, the expensive cost of rising daycare. You might not be bringing home as much as you think. Whether you decide to continue on a given career path or to stay at home with the kids, it all boils down to a personal decision that each family needs to make on their own. And no one really needs to listen to what a supermodel thinks the average mother should do anyways. Any questions?
Yeah, you mentioned a few times about the financial impacts that you/we have encountered. Do you think there are any financial impacts that you were personally faced with that you haven't elaborated about already that influenced the decision?
Well, for me personally, I only had 5 years left when I had twins. So 5 years left in the military meant that I would eventually retire at 20 years with a retirement pay for the rest of my life. So the decision was a difficult one, but it made sense to try to suffer through those 5 years and get to my retirement so that then I could stay home and spend the time with the babies after that.
All right, and one last question, and again going back to the financial impacts. Since financial impacts are obviously and apparently the primary focus here, I mean, do you really feel that, for lack of a better phrasing, that the kids are really suffering as a result? Meaning, don't you think that that daycares are an acceptable alternative, and don't they provide some benefit? Would you say?
Yes, I think in my opinion that there are daycares that provide a nurturing environment for your child and have programs that such as our children have dance, sign language, yoga, Spanish, and those are necessarily things that they would not be receiving at home if they were staying home with me. So I feel that they are in a good, secure environment. Thank you.